Hello, everybody. Grab your mocha, grab your latte, grab your cappuccino, whatever the hell you're drinking. It's your boy, your host for today, Jobbers and Goons. Settle on in at the coffee shop. We're going to talk about scaling today. I know you guys like when I talk scaling, and this is a verse I've had a lot to do with recently because, one, in my server, which, by the way, you should go join, I run a Harry Potter D&D, and it's been a blast, and it's so much fun, and people in the server have been asking, like, yo, we peeped the D&D and stuff, how's this scale? I did Dumbledore versus Jiraiya, and overall, there's a lot of confusion on the scaling. So today, I'm going to help you guys explore the Harry Potter meta for the universe. Basically, we're going to approach this from the standpoint of, if you were a created player in Harry Potter, and you had the best of all attributes, just what exactly would you be capable of? That's what we're going to explore. I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you want to support this or my main channel, Jobbers and Goons, or want to see your favorite character or verse on this channel or my main, hit me up on Discord to talk about purchasing. But without further ado, let's begin. So the Harry Potter verse obviously is a magic-based universe based on wizards secretly interacting with man, who they call muggles, and trying to lead that delicate balance while also prospering in the wizarding world. We're going to take a look at some of the feats throughout time, and I don't care what your character's name is, basically look at this from the perspective of whatever character you are. I'm going to tell you how strong you would be and what you'd be capable of in this verse at top tier. So, first to talk about is attack potency. What are some of the best feats we've seen? Well, we know Grindelwald is stated to be able to take over the world if unchecked by someone like Dumbledore. This should include all the modern weaponry of civilization. We know that he casually, Grindelwald, while escaping, threw up a spell that was capable of, if it got out fully, would destroy an entire city pretty fast, and the fact that he just threw that up and multiple wizards had to contain it is crazy. And I don't think that's a reflection of his full raw power. I think if he set up time or took his time to weave a spell or two of more drastic measure, I think he pretty easily one-shots the city. So I'd say City Plus is a pretty safe scale for someone being top tier. As we know, Grindelwald lost to Dumbledore 1v1. Another thing you will have accompanying you in the verse, if you want to be the strongest, is the Elder Wand. You have to get this wand by defeating whoever the current master is in a duel or disarming them. And if you have this wand, supposedly amps your magic, makes you stronger. So definitely recommend wielding this. So we talked about AP. Let's move on to speed. So speed is interesting to address this. We got to kind of go by where characters scale at a certain range in the verse for speed. So by 5th year, characters are using lightning-based spells, and even spells that produce light and light-based attacks. So it's reasonable to say a top-tier student in the Harry Potter verse at Hogwarts, let's say a 6th or 7th year, has used light-based spells, can duel people using light-based spells, and can duel people using lightning-based attacks. We've seen Grindelwald pretty casually bat away multiple lightning-based spells. It was 5 to 10 auras there, point blank throwing lightning at him, and he was just casually throwing it away, kind of proving that speed's pretty casual to them. So I would say for the highest tier characters in the Potterverse, given that characters who scale to 5th year and above, like older Harry Potter, can't even process the spell speed and movement of Dumbledore and Voldemort, I believe they would be significantly faster, so probably light speed to FTL, considering light-based spells are used by moderate wizards. So your character would probably be FTL in speed. Now, let's take a look at durability. Now, nobody really has insane durability in Harry Potter. Of course, durability comes through magical use of shields, which can also protect you from stuff like astral attacks. But you can throw these shields up to negate attacks, like I said, that can level cities. And so I would say the durability of shield scales to AP. But regular characters, if you bypass their magic, they're basically human, kind of like Doctor Strange. So if you bypass them, they just have regular human durability. So unfortunately, you won't have anything too crazy right here. But I will say you have one thing on your side, and that is the introduction of Horcruxes. How does this relate to durability? First, let me kind of discuss what a Horcrux is. Horcrux is the magical method, it's a forbidden method, of splitting your spirit or soul in order to continue living. Because once you perish, your soul is gone. But if you split the soul, and one, your physical body dies, the other part of your soul remains. So your durability actually can manifest through using Horcruxes, and you will pop up in another body elsewhere as the Horcrux, which is pretty crazy. So that can be counted towards durability as like immortality hacks. So basically in the durability department, your character will have immortality hacks that, so we've seen the max for Horcruxes go up to 7, I think, with Voldemort. We'll say you perfect this method, we'll maybe give you one more. We'll say, because he did kind of introduce himself to it and learn it as he was going. So I say 8. You'll have like 8 lives, basically, and you can spread them out wherever you want. And if you're good enough at magic, like Voldemort, you can even come back to life. So, got durability out of the way. You will obviously know hundreds of spells, magics, like curses, jinx, hexes, potions. I'll kind of get into the bag of versatility you will have. Light-based attacks, lightning spells, transfiguration, which is the changing of objects to creatures or vice versa. You can turn people into chairs, turn chairs into people. You could turn a cat into a balloon. You could turn somebody, you could inflate them into a balloon. You can paralyze people, stun them, knock them over. You can even kill them instantly with Avada Kedavra, which if it hits you, it instantly takes your life. You can use the Cruciatus Curse, which will torture them and can even drive them to mental insanity, where they literally are vegetables from the torture. And you can also use the Imperious Curse, which is mind hacking them and controlling them. With certain other magics, you could erase their memory and mind completely, basically rendering them useless in terms of combat and combat knowledge. You could completely transform your surroundings from, we've seen this from the extent that like Dumbledore could casually spread mist throughout a city almost instantly. You could change the surroundings of a house, which Dumbledore's done instantly. Change basically like a low tier reality warping to your surroundings via the different kind of spells. And you also have plenty of hacks with the elements. For example, instant summoning of water, dissipation of water, summoning of massive fire dragons, dissipation of that, starting massive fires, mist storms that can encompass entire cities, earth manipulation, all these things. Plus you can undo basically all these types of hacks hurled at you via magic, which is pretty cool. You can apparate, which is essentially teleportation, and we've seen high tier wizards like Dumbledore use this in combat. So to assume your character could do so in combat is absolutely necessary if you're top tier. Legitimacy is mind reading and mind manipulation. You can use that as well to and you can also defend yourself through those means against mind hacks. So you will have mind hacks abilities. There's time turner devices that allows you to turn back time up to a couple hours, so you could use that as well. And overall, I mean, your versatility through magic, there is like hundreds of spells you could use, but I kind of went over the main ones. You're essentially, if you're kind of going to give a synopsis to the bag, you are basically a low-level reality warping, walking around capable of constantly turning your complete environment to mayhem with hacks that can extend up to city-level range of size, speed, possibly light speed level plus, and AP on city level. Now, I will say for transfiguration, sometimes size is important. For example, if you're fighting a mountain-sized monster, you're not just going to instantly turn it into a teapot. If they could do that, I think that's how a lot of them would just one-shot dragons. But you kind of got to... Depends on the range. You'd probably have to use other magic to take out beings of massive size. But overall, the Harry Potter verse, in my opinion, is a lot more impressive than people give it credit for. Your versatility is quite dangerous. And you could be a problem in equalized stats fights for many. But I am considering many matchups for the Potterverse to bring forth to this channel in my main. For example, I'm considering doing Aang from Avatar versus Voldemort from Harry Potter. Let me know if y'all want to see that battle. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed exploring the scaling for Harry Potter, and I will see y'all later. Peace.